Hello everyone, welcome back to Art a la Carte. And in this episode I'm going to show you how to begin to design certain clothes for your characters. And so this one is going to be kind of a medieval maiden's outfit. Now just so you know, this isn't a tutorial on how to actually draw a figure or a person. I have some videos on that and I'll put the links right here on the screen or in the description box below so you can check those out. Or if there's something specific that you'd like to see that maybe those tutorials don't cover, leave that in the comments section below and I will try to see if I can work that into a tutorial. When I am drawing an outfit on a person, I don't draw the outfit with the person at the same time. I actually will draw in the character first. And this is really important because you need to know what the character is doing underneath the fabric so that you will know how the fabric is going to react to what the character is doing. So I won't put a lot of detail into it, but I will sketch out my design of my character really loosely, really lightly on paper first so that I know what's going on underneath. Even if I'm drawing like a dress or something and the legs aren't even going to be showing, I want to know what those legs are doing underneath that dress. Then what I do is I will begin to just very lightly sketch in kind of what I want the dress to do. So let's look here at the top of the bodice part of the dress. So I'm going to first design my collar, which I'm going to bring it around. I'm going to kind of follow that around the contour of how her chest would come. I'm going to create some sleeves. I'm going to create the top straps for that. And then I'm going to create my sleeves, and you'll see that I'm just working on just the outline. I'm not worried about erasing the arm underneath there yet. I'm going to put a band under here. Do the same thing over here. Create the sleeves, put that band. And then I can create her sleeves that'll come down here. And I want them to kind of be, I don't know if there's an actual term for it, where they get really loose as they come down. And I'm not working on a lot of detail. I'm just creating this, just an idea of what I want this costume to look like. Then I'm going to figure out the bodice and how I want that to come down. It's going to come down to about mid-hip, and I'm going to have one of those really cool belts that's going to come in front. So I'll sketch that belt in and maybe have a little bit of an embellishment of the belt coming down in front. Now I want to decide on the skirt. So the skirt, I want to decide, do I want it to be really full? Do I want it to be very narrow? Do I want it to be full but not really have a lot of petticoats so it has a lot of folds to it? I'm going to have it not be super full, but kind of fold down. So I'm going to think about how much stuffing, petticoat, how much undergarments there are. Is there a lot of petticoats? Petticoats are going to cause things to push out farther. And then I'm going to also think about gravity. How much is pulling down on the fabric? Is it an airy fabric? Is it a lightweight fabric that's going to kind of allow air to kind of poof it out? Or is it going to be a denser fabric like a denim or a leather or something like this that would really have a lot more weight to it? So I'll have those kind of coming down. And because this leg here is coming down but it's bent back just a little bit, it's going to create the petticoats underneath that to push this out a little bit. So as it comes down, it's going to go kind of parallel to what the leg is doing here until it gets to the knee. And then as this leg is pushed back just a little bit, the petticoats are going to push this skirt back just a little bit. So I'm going to have a nice little change of direction right in there. Now I'm going to create the hem of the dress, and I don't want to just create my hem a straight line across because I want it to look like it's a little bit 3D. So I'm going to first create just that little kind of a rounded edge to the bottom, but I want to put in my pleats at the bottom. So I'm going to find how these folds might come down a little bit further. Now this fold will go in and it'll tuck in behind this fold here, and then it'll come back out to this fold and wrap around a little bit, and maybe there will be a little bit of a fold over here where it goes in a little bit and then wrap around. And by adding these little kinds of pleats in here, it's just going to give a little bit more fullness to the dress, give a little bit more interest to it as well. And then you can see just a little hint, a peek of her shoe, which will be kind of fun to design. Alright, so we have the outlining kind of design of what we want for the dress. So now it's time for me to take my eraser and erase the inside lines that now I don't need to see anymore. So there we go. We have the dress, the kind of the outline or the frame of the dress kind of worked out. And now comes the part where you really get to have some fun designing and adding those fun details. So really this is just kind of a personal preference. Each person's dress is going to be a little bit different, but just push yourself. Look at lots of photographs of dresses from history, other illustrations. I like to look at different movies and see how they designed. And then you just begin to go, oh, I like how they have that collar, or that's really pretty there. I like that sleeve, or I like how that skirt is tucked there. And then you just begin to build those things to make your own dress. So I'm going to finish creating up my own dress, and then I'll be back at the end of this video to give you some final comments and announcements. And there we go, we have our finished drawing, well, inked in, just ready for some color. You can have some really fun with this base, designing your own costumes. So I would love to see those pictures, so you can always post them to my Facebook page or Instagram, and I'll put the links to those in the description box below. And for those of you who'd like to send me an actual physical copy of your artwork, I'll put my mailing address in the description box below. Thanks again so much for watching, and until next time, God bless you guys, and we'll see you later.